this news channel, where today we are talking about COVID-19, the virus that has killed more than 3.7 million people all around the world. How are we dealing with this change of lifestyle? Let's see. First, we're going with cepas, or strains, with an exclusive interview with Paul Cardenas, a microbiologist. The week of July 13, 2020, Paul Cardenas, a microbiologist and researcher at the Institute of Microbiology of the San Francisco de Quito University, found new strains on the virus COVID-19 with a technology called nanopore. Now we have an exclusive interview with him.
Hello.
So that he can explain more about COVID-19 and its new cepas.
This allows the RNA to be extracted from the virus, amplified into 68 different parts, and reassembled in a computer using bioinformatic analysis. We were able to identify that the virus has a very long genome with 30,000 base pairs. 25 out of 27 cepas of COVID-19 come from Europe. One comes from the US and the other from Brazil.
The microbiologist explains that the dominant strain has been moving in Quito, Guayaquil, Riobamba, Babahoyo, and Imbabura.
In fact, 85% of the sequence samples contain a variant of the virus that makes it more infectious and transmittable. The virus mutates continuously. Since it emerged in Wuhan, there have been 8 mutations in its amino acids.
Latest news explained that the Ministry of Health and the Institute of Microbiology of the University San Francisco de Quito have confirmed 5 cases of the new variant of COVID-19 called C.37 after studying them in El Oro and Pichincha. But how did this variant arise? It descends from a lineage called B.1.1.1, which has circulated all around the world since the beginning of the pandemic. Also, the Ministry of Microbiology has detected 8 cases of the variant B.1 from Brazil all around Tungurahua, Pichincha, Loja, and Manabí.
Virtual, and I'm not sure what's going to happen next year. They wanted to do face-to-face, they wanted to have everyone there, but nobody actually knows what's going to happen. If it's going to be like semi or totally virtual or whatever. Need to
Students nationwide are
with
perplexed
teachers,
as to what will happen next post-COVID-19. The Education Department was struck greatly on March 2020 by the virus, forcing them to begin giving classes virtually to students due to the risk of infection. Now, thousands of young people receive their classes through an electronic device for over a year, and thousands have had to graduate long distance, unable to celebrate their achievement.
Several schools around the country have opened their doors, adopting the blended learning mechanism, where half of the students attend face-to-face while the other half continue virtually. However, schools have been going back and forth between blended and virtual, resulting in confused and saddened students.
Until March, a total of 626 schools have returned to face-to-face classes. Private schools who have started part-time classes have come and gone. UNESCO warned of a risk of generational catastrophes if schools are kept closed. As of now, the new government has allowed 1,301 schools nationwide to return to part-time classes as an initiative to reinstate proper education within the country.
If I graduate, it would kind of, I don't know, not be nice to not be able to graduate properly with the whole ceremony and then the after party or whatever. It's those things are cool. I don't see myself graduating. I don't see myself graduating virtually, no. I wouldn't. No.
But not as children and teens grow exhausted from staying at home in front of an electronic device, they all hope a solution comes quickly and hopefully return to a fun, energetic school life so that all those hours of virtual classes can pay off.
Thank you very much, Angie, for the information you provided us. In another news, as you may know, 2 new vaccines have been created for COVID. Those are Pfizer BioNTech and Moderna. The first vaccine was produced by Pfizer Inc. and BioNTech in the United States. Also, when clinical trials of the vaccine began in April 2020, 6 months later, on November 9, the distribution of this vaccine to all the countries began. Pfizer's vaccine has messenger RNA or mRNA as its active ingredient, which is used for the first time in a vaccine. This is genetic information from the actual virus that gives the body enough information to react to future invasions. Especially, it encodes the S-glycoprotein of the virus, the spike that SARS-CoV-2 uses to invade cells and which gives the characteristic information. The second vaccine was produced by Moderna TX Inc., also in the United States. On December 18, 2020, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization for the second vaccines for the prevention of COVID disease. Moderna's vaccine has the same principle as the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Messenger ribonucleic acid, a revolutionary method which instead of inoculating an attenuant virus, consists of recreating in the laboratory the genetic sequence of the spike proteins, the spikes used by the virus to invade our cells. This synthetic information provokes a response from the immune system which learns to defend itself against these types of virus. It is considered less risky than inoculating a live virus. Thank you very much for your attention and time. I'm leaving you with my friend John, who has more news for you. Thank you and have a good day.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the different types of sanitizers that we have against the COVID-19. Alcohol-based products typically contain between 60 and 95% of alcohol, usually in the form of ethanol, isopropanol, or N-propanol. 1.6 of those concentrations, alcohol immediately denatures proteins, effectively neutralizing certain types of microorganisms. 2.4.6 alcohol-free products are generally base or disinfectants such as benzalkonium chloride or an antimicrobial agent such as triclosan. 1.3.5 in general, alcohol-based and hand sanitizers if rubbing thoroughly over finger and hand surfaces for a period of 30 seconds, followed by a complete air drying, can effectively reduce the populations of bacteria, fungi, and some developed viruses. 1.6.9 similar effects have been reported for certain alcohol-free formulations such as soap, hand sanitizers, etc. 10.11 Likewise, in the workplace, the use of alcohol based on hand sanitizers has been associated with a reduction in illness episodes and sick days. The 12th type, in hospitals and healthcare clinics, increase the access to alcohol-based sanitizers has been linked to the overall improvements in the hand and against COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Now we are moving with a very new topic, which is COVID-19 in animals. What we thought wasn't possible is now a reality. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change of India has confirmed that on May 4th of this year, 2021, 8 Asian lions of the Panthera leo persica race from the Nauru Zoo have tested positive for the virus COVID-19. Suspicions were present since April 24th, when the lions were showing symptoms such as runny nose, cough, loss of appetite, and difficulty in breathing. Authorities insist that the contagion is due to contact with asymptomatic caregivers. However, this is actually the third case of animals testing positive for COVID-19, since 4 lions also were infected in the Barcelona Zoo on December of 2020, last year. 2 zoo employees also tested positive for the PCR test. Keepers perform the PCR test in animals just as they do in humans because they are used to having contact with zoo staff. Due to this mysterious event, the Barcelona Zoo veterinarian contacted the Bronx Zoo in New York, where 4 tigers and 3 lions were also infected with COVID-19 on April 5 of the same year, 2020. Fortunately, all animals recovered.
It's a motive for celebration in the biology world. A brand new organelle has been discovered. The University of Princeton in New Jersey identified the unit during a study focusing on cancer on March 2021. The organelle, still nameless, was linked to bone metastasis and is formed via liquid-liquid phase separations. Yibin Kong, Warner Lambert/Parker Davis Professor of Molecular Biology, compared it to finding a new planet in the solar system, saying, quote, "Some organelles we have known for hundreds of years or more, and then all of a sudden, we have found a new one."
is still too early to reach a proper conclusion about this new organelle and its functions. All that is known until now is that it helps to eliminate cancer from the body. But as biology students see it, this new discovery completely shifts the way we see cells.